Hi friends, welcome to the lecture on engineering statistics and linear algebra. In this present lecture, we shall be studying about multiple random variables. In this, we shall be studying about the concept of multiple RVs. RVs means random variables. Then we shall be studying about the two variable CDF, PDF, that is two-dimensional cumulative distribution function and probability distribution function. Then the variable expectations, and we shall be laying stress on correlation, orthogonality, and independent concepts. Then what are the two variable transformations that we shall be studying, and most importantly, we shall be discussing about the two-dimensional Gaussian random variables, then the concept of sum of two independent random variables, sum of IID random variables, then the central limit theorem, law of large numbers, then conditional joint probability, and then some applications corresponding to the chi-squared random variable, the student t random variable, and then finally the Cauchy and Rayleigh random variables. This module is one of the most important modules of this present course, because most of the high-end mobile systems are exclusively based on the operation of this multiple random variables and hence multiple random processes. So these are very, very important, which we are going to discuss. Right. So let's have a brief introduction of this. So how do you define a CDF of a single one-dimensional random variable x? So we know that the CDF for one-dimensional random variable x is given as fx of x, capital Fx of x is equal to probability of x less than or equal to x. This we have studied in module 1. So similarly, extend this to two dimensions. So let me call this as equation 1. If I extend this to two dimensions, then for two random variables, say x and y, the CDF is simply written as capital F subscript xy, that is capital F xy of xy is equal to probability of x less than or equal to x intersection with y less than or equal to y. Let me repeat. It's a onto mapping, extend from 1D to 2D. So in 1D, I had got only one random variable, capital X. In a 2D case, I have got two random variables, x and y respectively. So for the CDF of this is given by fxy of x comma y is equal to p, probability of x less than or equal to x intersection with y intersection with y less than or equal to y. Let me repeat. Fxy of x comma y, which is the CDF of a two-dimensional random variables x and y, is simply defined as capital F xy of xy is equal to probability of x less than or equal to x intersection with capital Y less than or equal to y. So let me call it as equation 2. So equation 2 is also called the joint CDF. Joint CDF or bivariate CDF. Bivariate andre ಎರಡು, bivariable andre ಎರಡು, bi. In English ಅಲ್ಲಿ bi andre ಎರಡು. So bivariate or joint CDF. So bivariate means it is corresponding to the two random variables x and y. So x and y are the two random variables. So that's why it is called bivariate CDF. It is also called the joint CDF because it's the common relationship that gives between the two random variables x and y. So that's why the two-dimensional CDF is also referred to as the bivariate CDF or the joint CDF. Similarly, I can extend this to order 3, 4 or n dimensions. So the multivariate CDF of order n, where I am having n random variables, capital X1, X2, etc. up till xn, is defined as capital F x1, x2, etc. up till xn of x1, x2, etc. up till xn is simply given as p, that is probability of x1 less than or equal to x1 intersection x2 less than or equal to x2 intersection continuing this procedure intersection xn less than or equal to xn. Call it equation 3. So the multivariate CDF of order n is given by this formula. Then talking about, but we shall exclusively stick on to bivariate CDF and bivariate PDF because that's per the syllabus. So here, when two random variables are considered at once, we say that they are bivariate random variables. So here x and y, capital X and capital Y are bivariate random variables. So when two random variables are considered at once, we say that they are bivariate random variables or bivariate or joint RVs. RVs means random variables. Typical examples are Bivariate random variables occur when the input to a system is a random variable x at time t1, and the output from the system is a random variable capital Y at time t2. And apart from that, signal S and noise N are usually associated with it. Any, if I say, if I am making a call to my friend through my mobile, right, some form of noise would be definitely associated, because we cannot have noise-free transmission in practice. Though theoretically we say that it is noise-free transmission, practically there would be some small amount of noise here and there, right? So that's why there would be some amount of signal S and noise N associated with it. Again, recapitulating the definition of the bivariate CDF. So bivariate CDF of two random variables capital X and capital Y are defined as fxy of x comma y is equal to probability of x less than or equal to x intersection with y less than or equal to y. Please note, it is P, probability of capital X less than or equal to x intersection capital Y less than or equal to small y. Call it equation 4. We shall have a very brief look at some of the properties of the bivariate or joint CDF. First property is that the bivariate CDF is always a non-negative function. It is always a monotonically increasing function, as in the as in the one-dimensional CDF case. So bivariate CDF is always a non-negative function. That is, the CDF, the bivariate CDF or the joint CDF will never be equal to 0. It would always be greater than or equal to 0. The bivariate CDF would never be negative. It would always be greater than or equal to 0. It can be 0 or it can be greater than 0. So that's why we are generalizing it by writing as fxy of x comma y is greater than or equal to 0. Let me call it as equation 5. Second property is that the bivariate CDF is always a monotonically non-decreasing function of both x and y. Non-decreasing means what? It is increasing. Non-decreasing opposite to English ಅಲ್ಲಿ non-decreasing ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. So bivariate CDF is always a monotonically non-decreasing or increasing function of both x and y. Monotone means gradually increasing, rapid ಆಗಿ increase ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಗ್ರಾಜುಯಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗೋ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ನ ನಾವು ಮೊನೋಟೋನಿಕಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಗ್ರಾಜುಯಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಗ್ರಾಜುಯಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗೋ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾವು ಮೊನೋಟೋನಿಕಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಬೈವೇರಿಯೇಟ್ CDF is always a monotonically non-decreasing or increasing function of both x and y. Then the third property, the bivariate CDF is everywhere in the xy plane. It is present everywhere in the xy plane. Then talking about the property 4, the event x less than minus infinity is the impossible event null set 5. The event x less than minus infinity is the impossible event that is equal to 5. Impossible event andre it's a null set, ಹೌದಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So the event x less than minus infinity is the impossible event 5. So therefore the equation fxy of x comma y, that is the CDF, is equal to probability of x less than or equal to x intersection of y intersection y less than or equal to y. Now fxy of, if I put x is equal to minus infinity, I get the CDF, joint CDF, fxy of minus infinity comma y is equal to probability of phi intersection of y less than or equal to y, capital Y less than or equal to y. Now recall the one very very important set theory rule. A set A intersected with a null set gives me null set only. A set A intersected with a null set phi. So A intersection phi is 5 itself. So that's why P of phi intersection of y less than or equal to y gives me phi only. So phi intersection, the null set intersection with y less than or equal to y gives me phi only. But from probability theory, we know that the probability of phi is nothing but 0. So P of phi is equal to 0 because probability of a null set is equal to 0, which we have revised in the theory class when we are working in the college, right? So P of phi is equal to 0. So that's why I get fxy of minus infinity comma y is equal to P of phi, which is equal to 0. Call it equation 6. Very, very important result. This you must always remember. While solving the problems, we should be using it. Okay. Next, moving on further. Similarly, what would be fxy of x comma minus infinity? Here fxy of minus infinity comma y is equal to 0. Similarly, fxy of small x comma minus infinity is also equal to 0. Call it equation 7. So what would be the CDF value when both x and y are equal to minus infinity? When x is equal to minus infinity, then also y is equal to minus infinity. What would be the value of the CDF? So if x is equal to minus infinity, y is equal to minus infinity, then fxy of minus infinity comma minus infinity is also again equal to 0 only. Call it equation 8. So this is what is very, very important. So that's why the event x less than or equal to, this is about x less than infinity, x less than minus infinity, because x less than minus infinity is an impossible event, which is a null set. So that's why I had fxy of minus infinity comma y is equal to 0 as per equation 6. Similarly, fxy of x comma minus infinity is also equal to 0 as per equation 7. Then when x is equal to minus infinity, y is equal to minus infinity, fxy of minus infinity comma minus infinity is also equal to 0 as per equation 6. So this is a story with respect to x equal to minus infinity or y is equal to minus infinity or both x and y equal to minus infinity respectively. Now we shall come to another story. What is the event x less than or equal to infinity? Here I defined the event x less than minus infinity and defined some stories here. The story is given in terms of mathematical formula, which we must remember. Now we shall go to another mathematical story, that is the event x less than or equal to infinity. X less than minus infinity ಇದು ಕಥೆದಾಯಿತು. ಇವಾಗ x less than or equal to infinity ಏನು ಕಥೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊತೀವಿ. So the event x less than or equal to infinity is the certain event sample space, that is yes. The event x less than or equal to infinity is the certain event yes. So that's why the definition of the bivariate or the joint CDF for two random variables capital X and capital Y reduces to this. So this is the definition of the joint CDF, which I defined during the start of the course. fxy of x comma y is equal to probability of x less than or equal to x intersection with y less than or equal to y. So if x is less than or equal to infinity, then substitute x is equal to infinity into this equation. So I get capital fxy of infinity comma y is equal to probability of s intersection of y less than or equal to y, because the event x less than or equal to infinity is stored in the event sample space capital S. So that's why when I am substituting x is equal to infinity, x less than or equal to infinity is directly stored in the sample space yes. Certain event means sample space only, no, which is equal to the universal set of set theory. So fxy of infinity comma y is equal to probability of yes intersection of y less than or equal to y. I have substituted x less than or equal to x to be equal to yes, because x less than or equal to infinity, here x is equal to infinity, small x is equal to infinity here. Let me write it here. I think that would be more, that would make it more clearer. So here x less than or equal to x. So if x is small x is equal to infinity, then I have got x capital X less than or equal to infinity. Okay, but x less than or equal to infinity, the event x less than or equal to infinity is stored in the sample space yes. Now using the definition of the giant CDF, capital fxy of x comma y is equal to probability of capital X less than or equal to x intersection of y capital Y less than or equal to y. Now substitute x is equal to infinity here, x less than or equal to infinity, right? So that's why I am substituting x is equal to infinity here. So I am substituting small x is equal to infinity here. Just a minute, I have to write infinity there. See what I am going to do. It is let me write it again. So I'm putting x is equal to infinity here. So fxy of infinity comma y is equal to probability of x less than or equal to x. So small x is equal to infinity. So x less than or infinity is stored in sample space yes. So that's why this x less than or equal to x is replaced by yes here. This is replaced by yes in this particular format. So probability of x less than or equal to x is replaced by yes here. So P of s intersection of y less than or equal to y. Now sample space intersection with y less than or equal to y gives me y less than or equal to y itself. So I have got, let me use another property of set theory. A intersection S is given by A itself. A intersection with the sample space is given by A itself. A intersection S, A intersection with sample space S is given by A itself, where A is any set which is as a lesser dimension compared to S. Now that S is given by, now A intersection S is equal to A. So A is any set P of y less than or equal to y. So this, let me treat it as equal to A. So P of S intersection A is given by P of A only. So P of A is nothing but P of y less than or equal to y, because here I am assuming that A is equal to y less than or equal to y. Here I am assuming that A is equal to y less than or equal to y. So that's why this becomes P of y less than or equal to y. But by definition, which we have studied in module 1, this is nothing but the CDF Fy of y. So I get the CDF fxy of infinity comma y is simply given by Fy of y. The formula, very, very important formula, fxy of infinity comma y is equal to Fy of y. Please note here, I have used two important formula. Formula A intersection sample space is A itself. And so that's why I get P of S intersection of y less than or equal to y is given by P of y less than or equal to y. But by definition, this is the one-dimensional CDF of random variable capital Y, which is nothing but Fy of y, which I call it as equation 9. Okay, so this is the result. The result is the CDF of the single random variable capital Y. Similarly, fxy of x comma infinity is given by fx of x, which we can get as we have done for getting equation 9. So this is what we must remember. All these equations are very, very important to be remembered. So fxy of infinity comma y is equal to Fy of infinity. Fxy of x comma infinity is given by capital Fx of x. Call it equation 10. Fxy of x comma infinity is Fx of x. So call it equation 10. Now, if both x and y are equal to infinity, if x is equal to infinity as well as y is equal to infinity, then I can write fxy of infinity comma infinity is equal to 1. Right? So, due to this, these equations 9 and 10, which I have got, that is fx of x and Fy of y, which are, they are very, very important. These two are called the marginal CDFs, marginal cumulative distribution functions. Fy of y and Fx of x corresponding to the joint CDF or bivariate CDF, Fxy of x comma y are called the marginal CDFs. Marginal CDFs. Here x and y are two random variables. So here the differentiation that comes here would be partial differentiation. Okay, next we shall go for the bivariate probability density function, PDF or joint PDF. So the bivariate PDF or the joint PDF, as it is otherwise called, is defined as the derivative of the bivariate CDF. It is given as fxy of x comma y is equal to dou squared by dou x dou y of fxy of x comma y. The bivariate PDF or joint PDF is simply given by the taking the derivative, partial derivative of the bivariate CDF, that is fxy of x comma y, small fxy of x comma y. Please note, we use small f for denoting the PDF, capital F for denoting the CDF. This symbology must be followed uniformly. There should not be any confusion in this. So the joint CDF is given by capital Fxy of x comma y. The joint PDF is given by small fxy of x comma y. So the bivariate PDF or the joint PDF is defined as the derivative of the bivariate CDF. So it is given by Fxy of x comma y is equal to dou squared by dou x dou y of the CDF Fxy of x comma y. Call it equation 12. This formula is very, very important. All the equations that we are numbering here are very, very important and must be committed into our memory. ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡಿರಬೇಕು. And also the fx of x is simply given by the derivative of capital Fx of x. So that's why from equation 10 we can write this as fx of x is equal to dou by dou x of capital Fx of x, or capital Fx of x, this is the CDF within the partial differential operator. So this is given by fx of x is nothing but fx of fxy of x comma infinity. Fx of x is nothing but capital Fxy of x comma infinity from equation 10. So substitute this equation 10 here. So fx of x is equal to dou by dou x of fx of x, which is equal to dou by dou x of fxy of x comma infinity. Call it equation 13. Similarly, fxy of x comma infinity can be obtained by integrating the PDF. Let me repeat. ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಫ್ CDF gives me PDF. Integration of PDF gives me CDF. Integral of PDF gives me CDF. Differential of CDF gives me PDF. So I get fxy of x comma infinity is equal to integral minus infinity to x, integral minus infinity to plus infinity, fxy of u comma y dy du, where u and y, where u is a dummy variable of integration. I have got 2 random variables, so double integration would be there. If I have 3 random variables, triple integration would be there. If I have n random variables, I would be having n dimensional integration. So here in this module we shall be doing a little bit of double integration and such stuffs. Of course, one dimensional integration also would be coming, but that's a part and parcel of this course. So fxy of x comma infinity is given by integral minus infinity to x, integral minus infinity to plus infinity, fxy of u comma y dy du. Now differentiating both sides, fxy of x comma infinity is nothing but my fx of x, right? Fxy of x comma infinity is nothing but capital Fx of x from equation 6, which we have derived. Now PDF can be obtained by differentiating the CDF. Now I shall find fx of x. Fx of x is obtained by differentiating the CDF fxy of x comma infinity. This is nothing but fx of x only with respect to x. Let me show it here, because there should not be any room for any confusion here. I have fx of x is equal to fxy of x comma infinity. This is from equation 6 and 7. This is equal to integral minus infinity to x, integral minus infinity to plus infinity, fxy of u comma y dy du. Now differentiate both sides with respect to x. If I differentiate both sides with respect to x, the derivative of the CDF fx of x would be the PDF fx of x. This is equal to d by dx of integral minus infinity to x, integral minus infinity to infinity, fxy of u comma y dy du. Now simplification of this using Leibniz rule of differentiation under integral sign gives me fx of x is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity, fxy of x comma y dy. Differentiating of this gives me the direct results. Fx of x is equal to integral minus infinity to plus infinity fxy of x comma y dy. So this is the expression for the marginal PDF from the joint PDF. How to find fx of x from fxy of x comma y is given by this equation 14 formula. So very, very important equation which we must remember. Similarly, I can find the PDF of random variable y from the joint PDF fxy of x comma y using this relation, which is given by equation 15. This can be arrived by doing the manipulation that we did for getting equation 14. I am directly going to write the formula. The PDF fy of y for the random variable y is obtained from the joint PDF fxy of x comma y by the integral fy of y is equal to integral minus infinity to plus infinity fxy of x comma y dx. Let me call it as equation 15. So these are called the marginal PDFs or the marginal densities. Very, very important part. Next, we shall go for discussing about the properties of these variables. We shall work out with some problems in the next video, but before that, let me discuss about some of the properties of the bivariate PDFs. So bivariate or joint PDFs is always a non-negative function. PDF should always be non-negative. Similar story holds good for two-dimensional PDFs also. A bivariate PDF is nothing but a two-dimensional PDF. It is also called a giant PDF. So it is always a non-negative function. It is always positive. A random variable can take -1 positive values, but the PDF and the CDF should always be non-negative. Ade aa point tumba mukhya illi. So fxy of x comma y is always greater than or equal to 0. Please note I am using small f to denote it as a PDF. Second one, the area under the bivariate or the giant PDF is always equal to 1. So that is nothing but my giant CDF itself. So integral minus infinity to plus infinity, integral minus infinity to plus infinity. So it's a double integral. A double integral minus infinity to plus infinity fxy of x comma y dx dy is equal to 1. Then the bivariate PDF is continuous everywhere because bivariate CDF is also continuous. The joint CDF is continuous everywhere. That's why the joint PDF is also continuous everywhere. Giant CDF or the bivariate CDF is always continuous everywhere for x ranging from minus infinity to plus infinity. That's why the bivariate PDF or the giant PDF is also continuous everywhere for x and y ranging from minus infinity to plus infinity. Giant CDF continuous, adike giant PDF no continuous. Andre giant PDF and giant CDF both are continuous. Next we talk about independence. This is little bit important. Now let me use one set theory, one probability concept. If I suppose I have got two events P of, so if I have got two events A and B, if two events A and B are independent, then I define this like this: two events A and B are said to be independent. Two events A and B are said to be independent if the occurrence of event A does not disturb the occurrence of event B, and the occurrence of event B does not disturb the occurrence of event A. In that case, I define P of A intersection B as P of A into P of B. Two events A and B are said to be independent if P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B. That is, A occur agavaga B genu disturb agodilla, B occur agavaga A disturb agodilla. So in that case, when the occurrence of one event does not disturb the occurrence of the next event, and the occurrence of the second event does not disturb the occurrence of the first event, then we say that the two events are said to be independent. In that case, we have a famous independent probability rule. It states that probability of A intersection B is given by P of A into P of B. Now, let A be equal to x less than or equal to B, x less than or equal to x. Let A be equal to capital X less than or equal to x. Let B be equal to capital Y less than or equal to y. So P of x less than or equal to x less than or equal to P of x less than or equal to x intersection with capital Y less than or equal to y I have. P of x less than or equal to x intersection y less than or equal to y. Now I have assumed A to be equal to x less than or equal to x, and I have assumed B to be equal to capital Y less than or equal to y. So I have got P of A intersection B here. Now use this criteria. P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B. So this would be equal to P of A intersection B, where A is equal to x less than or equal to x and B is equal to y less than or equal to y respectively. So this would be equal to P of A into P of B. So this would be equal to P of x less than or equal to x into P of y less than or equal to y. Okay. But what is this P of x less than or equal to x? From module 1, I know that this is the CDF of x, which is capital Fx of x. Similarly, P of y less than or equal to y is nothing but the CDF of y, that is Fi of y. CDF of y, which is Fi of y. So I get Fxy of x comma y to be equal to Fx of x into Fi of y. Call it equation 17. So if the CDF is independent, then its PDF is also going to be independent. I know that Fxy of x comma y is given by dou squared by dou x dou y of Fxy of x comma y. I told that I will not get total differentiation here because I have got two random variables, so I should be getting only partial differentiation lay. So Fxy of x comma y is equal to dou squared by dou x dou y of Fxy of x comma y. So if two random variables x and y are independent, then the bivariate PDF is also independent. When bivariate CDF is independent, bivariate PDF is also independent. So I can write this as Fxy of x comma y. This equation, this partial differentiation, the second order partial differentiation can be split as the product of two one-dimensional partial differential coefficients. Let me repeat. When the CDF is independent, then I can tell that its PDF is also independent. If the joint CDF is independent, then its joint PDF is also independent. So I can write Fxy of x comma y is equal to dou squared by dou x dou y of Fxy of x comma y. So if two random variables x and y are independent, then the bivariate PDF also separates, and I can write the second order differential coefficient as the product of two one-dimensional differential coefficients. So Fxy of x comma y can be written as dou by dou x of Fx of x into dou by dou y of Fi of y. Now this dou by dou x of Fx of x is nothing but the PDF Fx of x. Dou by dou y of Fi of y is nothing but Fi of y. So I can say that if for two random variables x and y which are independent, if their joint CDF is independent, then automatically their joint PDF is also independent. So when I am going to write Fxy of x comma y to be the product of Fx of x into Fi of y according to equation 17, then I can write Fxy of x comma y as the product of Fx of x into Fi of y, which I call it as equation 18. So a joint CDF results in joint PDF, as this we know. Independent joint CDF results in independent joint PDF. Independent or joint PDF results in independent or joint CDF. Vice versa. Independent CDF idre adar PDF independent agirbeku. Independent PDF idre adar CDF independent agirbeku. So the total second order differential is written as the product of two one-dimensional partial differential coefficients here. Dou by dou x of Fx of x into dou by dou y of Fi of y. But what are these individual terms? I am differentiating the CDF. Differential of a CDF gives me a PDF. So this is Fx of x. Dou by dou y of Fi of y is nothing but the PDF corresponding to random variable y. So I have Fxy of x comma y is equal to Fx of x into Fi of y, equation 18. Independent CDFs result in independent PDFs and vice versa. That's what we need to remember. All these equations are very, very important to be remembered. Okay. So that's what we have written here. So when x and y are independent, the bivariate CDF and PDF also separate by the usage of the independence as shown in the corresponding equations. So with this, I shall wind up this video. Problems and other such stuffs we shall continue in the next video. Thank you.